Hi everyone, my name is Nicole and this is my first YouTube video. I am excited and a little nervous, but I talk a lot so this shouldn't be a problem. I've been watching a lot of females, sorry, I've been watching a lot of females posting YouTube videos, about teen moms, being a day in the life of a teen mom, I guess, yeah. Um, so I decided to start making my own YouTube videos. And this is my first one. So, I am a teen mom, obviously, and I had my baby girl when I was 18 years old. Yeah. So, right now, this video, I'm just gonna break it down and tell you how I got pregnant. Not how, obviously, sex, but the whole situation that happened. But anyway, um, I don't know where to start. Basically, I was senior year. Um, I was constantly fighting with my mom with this guy that I was dating for like on and off since like forever. And it was starting to get to me. We were just fighting about everything, like drama constantly. Like you can even say that like the police were involved. It's ridiculous. I was like I don't even know how old he is right now, but I was like 17. Yeah. So I was going out with this kid, and my mom just hated him. Just hated him. No, I don't know. But now that I realize it, he wasn't good for me anyway. But still, like, before, I was just too blind, When you're young and in love, it's like, I don't even think I was in love. It was just like young love, puppy love. I don't know. But anyway, but I stopped talking to him for a while, but like the trust was gone. So um my mom was just like still like in my case on my ass about everything, and we were just fighting. It was just like, okay. So in the middle of my senior year, I asked my mom to move to Florida and be with my grandma and finish the school year there and go to college there and just get away from her, because that's what the hell I wanted to do, get away from my mother. And um my mom agreed. So like after the first like semester, whatever, like the second quarter of high school, um, I finished that and I went to Florida January, and I lived with my grandmother, and I went to Cooper City High. I was the New York girl in Florida. Everyone could tell I was from New York, which is, I don't know, I can't tell. But yeah. And then I was just hanging out with friends. First, it was friends from church. I would hang out with a few of them. We weren't half of them, like a few of them weren't even like really church girls. They were like demons. But I don't know. But yeah. And then I started hanging out with this one girl. And this one girl had like a boyfriend, and the boyfriend had a friend, and that's how I met. Um, I will call him the sperm donor now, but Isabella's father, I guess, whatever. I met him. I've only known him for a couple of months. I don't even remember. And couple of months, and then that's when it happened. Yeah. I was living my life. I was having fun over there in Miami, yo, like going out to party, hanging out with friends, just chilling, enjoying my senior year. I would fly back to New York too, but um, enjoying everything and excited to go to, college in Florida. Just the thought about studying at the beach was just like amazing to me, but guess God has some other plans for me. But that was the whole, that was like my plan in Florida, and I was very at peace knowing that I was far away from my mom, even though she would call me constantly, which was annoying, but whatever. So yeah, I met this kid, and it happened. When you're living your life, you don't think anything stupid, not stupid, but like anything in particular would happen to you, like getting pregnant. You're just invincible. and you're like, that will never happen to me, and it does. And and honestly, I don't care if he sees this or is any or whatever, but he is a bum. He is a bum. Yeah. Um, he's I'm 22 now, so he's probably like I don't even know how old he's, like probably 27, 28. So back then, I guess you do the math. If I was 18, I don't know, but yeah, he doesn't help, and he's not really in her life, and I don't want him to be. This is my theory. I just don't want him to be in her life. He doesn't even try anyway. Regardless, he's not going to be part of it until he does his part. When he does his part, I do my part, and everything will be great. But he's just not a part of it. That's why I call him a sperm donor, because that's all he is. And yeah, I got pregnant, and I got pregnant in the summer, and I went to Peru, and then after that I went to St. Martin with my friend, and I had a feeling I was pregnant, but you're such in denial that you're like, no way. I took a pregnancy test, and I took a pregnancy test in the summer, at the end of the summer, and a lot of things were going on when I no, I didn't find out yet. But before that, my mother had asked me to move back to New York and be with her. So I said, fine, cool, whatever. And I moved back. My mom didn't even have a home. She was homeless. So we were living in this like one room shit hole that I was never in that house because in that room actually, because that's why I went on vacations, because there was like no space. And until my mom found a new home. And my mom was crazy finding a new home and everything. But we actually we found a home, and it was good from there. And then I enrolled in a community college, which is like 5 minutes away. I can literally walk, and everything was okay. And then when I took my pregnancy test, I was very in denial. I was freaking out. At first, I would be like, I need an abortion. I need an abortion. And even like a couple of my friends were telling me the same thing, and I didn't really tell a lot of people about my pregnancy. I was so ashamed. I was so depressed, and I didn't, mind you, I rarely told anybody. And the one that I told them not to tell like other people, because it was just so, it was so like, ugh, it was so shocking, And the first thing that came to my mind was my mother, even though I thought I hated her, but I just felt so sad for her, and I felt so sad for myself. And I tried to get an abortion, and I couldn't do it. It's very it's very emotional for me to think if I ever had done that. But I don't, if I got pregnant again by my current boyfriend, I would keep it. But that's not gonna happen because I'm on birth control. But still, but anyways, I hit my pregnancy though, like January. So I was like 7 months pregnant, I think. I'm not good at math. I was like 7 months pregnant, and my mom came into my room one day, and she was like, I see that you don't get your period, so we're gonna go see a doctor and ask why. And I was freaking out, so I had to sit her down, and this was like the day before. It was like the same week as her birthday, or the same day as her birthday, and I told her, and at first, she consoled me, she held me, and then the next second, she yelled the shit out of me, and told me to get out of her house ASAP and go on welfare and get a shelter home, I mean, and move on with my life. And obviously, she didn't tell me to get an abortion because I was like 7 months. She asked me who and when, and she freaked out. That was like horrible, and I feel so bad, but things happen, and I feel so bad for her, honestly. She was depressed, like for like a month. She wouldn't get out of her room except to eat and go to work. She couldn't even look at me. There were days when she would console me. There were other days asking me why I did it, and I felt so bad. And it was hard, but in the end, we went to church a lot. So we went to church and we talked to the pastor's wife. She actually came over and she told us that everything was going to be okay. And all we had to do was just keep praying, and we had to have the faith that everything was going to be okay. And then my mom actually came around. Oh, my father too. My father was like crying when he visited me. He took me out to eat, told me you should eat a lot because I'm eating for two. And when he left, he just broke down crying as if it was his fault. But I don't believe it was anyone's fault. It was my fault because I was being stupid. And yeah, so, but they came around. My parents threw me a baby shower at my aunt's house, and it was full of people. Full of people telling me they supported me, and that felt good because I was just so ashamed. So ashamed that I got pregnant. I didn't know what to do, but in the end, I gave birth to a beautiful, healthy 7-pound girl, and her name is Isabella. My mom's middle name is Isabel, and so is my grandmother's. And I love them a lot. As much as I argue with them, you know, they're the ones who have been there for me a lot. And my grandma's like my second mother. And I don't really like the name Isabel. I don't know, I guess, because they already have it. So I put her Isabella. Such a coincidence, though, because my mom told me to, like, oh, I like the name Isabella. I was like, oh, I was thinking about the same thing. And yeah, it's been, there's so much stuff to it, but it was crazy. The pregnancy was crazy. I didn't have any symptoms. I gained 15 pounds. I had guys hitting on me the last week of my pregnancy. Like, I did not look pregnant. And I was so scared when she was born because I thought she was going to be premature. But she was pretty healthy. Nothing was wrong with her, surprisingly. And because I didn't take those prenatal vitamins, I had my pregnancy, so I didn't go to the doctor, which is stupid of me. But I ate right, I guess. And she's healthy. And she was like 7 pounds and 19 inches long. She was honestly now she's 3 years old, and a lot of girls look up to me, whether they get pregnant, whether they have an issue going on. A lot of girls talk to me. They for some reason they see me when they see me and Isabella. I make it look easy, but what the hell? It's so hard, but I can't complain. I love Isabella, and she's the best thing that's ever happened to me, regardless of the circumstances. I have my mother, I have my grandmother, I have my father, my stepmother, my cousins, a lot of people who support me, my aunts and uncles who love me, and they will do anything for Isabella. If I ask them to, they will do it. And not a lot of girls have that, They end up adopting, or they end up getting married, and then they have to raise their baby on their own with their husband, or they're literally by themselves with the child and basically homeless, or living somewhere else making ends meet. But I'm very fortunate, and I love my life. I love it, and I wouldn't change it for the world. And when I saw all these YouTube videos, I'm just I'm so proud of you girls, taking care of your kids, doing what you got to do, and whether it's like going to work and being a stay-at-home mom, and or going to school, or doing all three, being a good wife, working on your relationships with whoever. It's great, and I'm glad everyone is taking care of the kid and not trying to take the easy way out. But I understand why people would get an abortion, which is fine. I don't like judging people, you know, but my opinion, I don't like it, and I wouldn't do it. And for those that did get abortion, you know, I still wish them the best, and I hope when they get pregnant, it's when they're ready. And yeah, so that's how I got pregnant, and she is an active little girl. Yes, she is. She's crazy. I'm Peruvian, and her dad's Jamaican. So she has a very good mix, nice curly, soft hair, like a little darker than I am. And she's so funny, and that girl's so smart. And I can't wait to put her in school next year. Yeah, she's great. And so basically, I'm gonna start making more YouTube videos. And if anyone has any questions, please comment, subscribe, whatever, anything. And I'm gonna like. You can press like, right? Yeah, press like. Anything you want to do, and you can ask me a question. I will answer it. And if it's like a lot of questions, I would just read them all on the next YouTube video. Um, thank you, girls, for watching, and I'll make a video soon. If I get more, if I get a lot of likes, you know, people subscribing and commenting, I'll do more videos. I promise. Yeah. Well, goodbye.